We're ready.
Okay, I'm gonna put about a half a cup of sugar. I think that'll be enough. If it's not sweet enough, she can sweeten it.
What are you making?
Chocolate gravy.
Is this your signature dish? Your most popular?
When you guys were kids, yeah. Okay, I would say about 4 tablespoons of flour.
Oh, okay.
I would say about 5 tablespoons of flour.
Okay.
Okay. I think about 7 heaping teaspoons of cocoa.
That's a baking cocoa powder?
Yeah, just plain baking cocoa. You can use Hershey's or all cocoa is pretty much the same.
That looks like it tastes good, but it doesn't. You know, just out of the container.
I know.
That's so bitter.
I know. Okay, I use evaporated milk. Most of the time, sometimes I'll use like 2% milk, but most of the time I'll just use evaporated milk.
Where did you get the evaporated milk in a jar? I thought it was in a can.
It is in a can, but I don't ever use the whole can, so I keep a jar and I just tape the thing around it.
Oh.
So I can keep it in the refrigerator.
So it didn't come in a jar, huh?
No. Okay. I'm gonna put, I would think about yeah, I'll put about a half a cup evaporated milk. And then just add water with it. You want me to measure the water too?
It's up to you.
Okay.
However you normally do it.
I don't usually measure the water, or it's half water. Are you okay with that?
You want to use bottle? Okay. Well, use that.
All right.
Whatever you do.
I put tap water in it.
Okay, good. So you don't ever measure it. You just stick it in there.
Yeah. I don't ever measure the milk and sugar and everything either. I'm just doing that for your sake.
Oh, okay.
I just put probably about a half a cup of sugar, and I could just put it on the ground and see how it tastes or how it looks. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty sweet. And when I'm cooking it, I also put the butter in, but you usually add more butter too. I always use salted butter. And I usually use about a whole stick, but I'll just go ahead and use a half a stick, and they can add extra butter if they want it. Be sure and cook it slow, because if you cook it really fast, it'll scorch the bottom, and you won't be, and stir it a lot, stir it often, because if you don't stir it a lot, it don't get all the clumps of the flour and everything.
Yeah.
If it looks too chocolatey, just add you a little more milk.
Do you ever add more flour?
Not usually. Usually after it gets hot, it's thick enough. Usually I've got it just about right. There have been occasions whenever I'd get it a little too thin, and I'd add a little cornstarch to it instead of flour, because cornstarch mixes in there better.
It doesn't get lumpy, the cornstarch?
Not if I mix it before I put it in.
Oh, yeah, mix it with water.
Yeah,
I haven't ever done that.
cornstarch.
Yeah.
But you see how clumpy it is?
Yeah.
Your flour and everything. The more you stir it, that just dissolves. If you don't stir it, you're gonna have hot and cold spots. I think I might need to add just a little more milk.
So what happens if it sticks to the bottom?
You get a real scorched taste.
You start over.
If it tastes like it's scorched, yeah. If I can catch it before it tastes scorched, then I'll just keep it stirred more often.
Okay.
But everybody burns stuff, so it's not a biggie.
There's one YouTuber that I used to watch that had a cooking channel. She died, but she said she never burns anything.
I don't believe that.
It's the one that was the prison cook in Little Rock.
She's not admitting to it. Do you think?
I think you're right.
I mean, if you do burn it, you just add a little extra something to it. But if it's burnt very bad, you're gonna dump it and start all over.
Yeah.
And I don't know anybody that don't burn stuff. Not to call somebody a flipper, but that don't sound right to me.
Well, I mean, she would have other videos where she would burn stuff and then she'd blame other people. You're making me mess up my stuff.
Yeah. There's your proof right there,
Yeah.
right?
She always bragged about how she never burned anything.
Hope I got it sweet enough. If not, they can just add a little extra sugar to it. I don't like things that are real sweet, especially chocolate gravy.
Where did you learn how to make this?
From your grandma? From my mom?
How old were you when she taught you?
Probably 7 or 8. Something like that.
Was she a good cook?
She had her good things and her bad things. You know, just like every cook. But yeah, she made probably one of the best banana puddings I ever ate, but I never was able to mimic her banana pudding.
Do you wish you had her recipe?
Yeah, but I don't think she ever used one.
Do you wish you would have had a video of her making it?
Yeah.
To try to copy it, like I'm doing with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing this for the kids, you know, making our recipes for them in case they ever want it. And Josh is so excited about it. Did you see he shared a recipe last night? That was so cute.
What was it?
It was those desserts that you used to make for us, you know, like Karo syrup and peanut butter mixed together. Do you remember all those?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 4 different kinds. Karo syrup and butter together. Peanut butter. No, I already said peanut butter.
Yeah.
What was that?
So now I mix
I
up
told you.
I did mix up jelly and butter.
Yeah,
jelly and peanut butter. Jelly and butter.
Yeah, I didn't do the jelly and peanut butter. But to me, the jelly and butter one is better than just putting butter on toast and then putting
You
jelly.
still do that.
I know. I don't know how it's better. It's the same ingredients.
You see what I mean about the stirring? See how it's dissolving?
Yeah.
That's
Now it's not lumpy.
not as bad. There's still some. And you'll get a little bit of lump on your spoon. Just tap it. But it's all in stirring. If you don't keep it stirred, it's just like making a pie. You know, you're gonna get big spots and you're gonna get thin spots.
Yeah. You know what's my favorite place to have chocolate gravy? Family reunions.
Oh,
Do you remember when we had that family reunion down at Bear Creek?
yeah.
We had that big reception hall. We had chocolate gravy there.
Oh, yeah. They made big old bunches of it then.
Yeah, that was so good.
The Barnes family is really good cooks.
Really? And that's what side your mom's on.
Yeah. Yeah. The Wilson side, I don't remember too much about their cooking. But the Barnes family, they could cook. And that's the ones that would make chocolate gravy every time.
That's the ones that made the cherry crisp. You remember that family reunion that I had?
Yeah.
That I loved? That was the first time I had it. Was it the Barnes people that made it?
Yeah. Well, she's married to the Barnes. It was Eddie's wife that made it.
Oh, okay. So maybe it came from a different family.
Probably Carolyn taught her how to make it.
Oh. Carolyn's her mother-in-law.
Yeah.
You got any good chocolate gravy stories? Like, where your favorite places? Or...
My favorite place is at home or taking it to one of y'all's houses or something. I love chocolate gravy.
I remember one time I made this for like a potluck we had at my work whenever I worked at the Exit Realty.
Yeah.
Do you remember over there by the hospital
Yeah.
by Willow Creek? And my boss, Mike, he took one bite of it and he goes, "Ooh wee, your mama taught you right."
That's so funny.
Uh-huh. I think he ate it all too.
Who was that?
Mike McIntosh, do you remember him?
Okay, yeah, you went to school with him, didn't you?
No.
Okay.
No, it was up here in Springdale. He's your age.
I can't remember.
I know Christy met him because whenever Christy met him, he was in the parking lot and he couldn't see me with her. And I was like, "Hey, there's my boss." And Christy rolls down the window and she goes, "Pardon me." He's talking to Mike, right next to her because he's sitting in his truck with the door open. And he looked at her and he couldn't see me because I was like on the other side of her. He goes, "Yes." And she goes, "Would you happen to have any Grey Poupon?"
And y'all both cracked up, didn't you?
And I couldn't
Let me
see
check
him.
this button. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't see. How's it look?
It's not ready.
Okay. So I couldn't see Mike, so I kind of peeked around Christy to see him, see what he was doing, because he was just totally silent. He was sitting there with a big smile on his face, grinning from ear to ear. And then as soon as he saw me, he was like, "Oh, okay. I get it." And then whenever I told him that was my sister, he was not surprised.
I know you and Christy, whenever y'all, if you can't see you talking, y'all sound just alike.
Yeah, so do you. We all three do.
It always blows my mind.
I know, whenever I hear myself on video talking, I think it's you. Like if I leave the room and come back, I'm thinking you're on the phone. I've been trying to learn my European accent.
Your European accent. Why? So when you go see Josh?
Yep. Because I know I'm going to have myself over in Europe and I'm probably going to move over there with them.
You think so?
Yeah, even temporarily, I don't know.
What would you do with your house? Rent it out?
Or sell it. I'd probably sell it. Because I wouldn't want any tenants to destroy it.
Yeah. It hadn't started thickening yet. It's not quite hot enough, so
Let's see what you got the burner on.
about medium. But this burner, remember, I have to be real careful with it because it gets too hot.
Oh yeah, that's the wild burner.
Yeah.
Do you miss gas cooking?
Yeah, I do.
I do too. Well, I don't miss it because I have my camp stove
Yeah.
that I cook on the
I
gas.
love cooking on gas so much better.
It's so nice. Like you turn it on and immediately starts boiling.
Yeah.
You turn it off, it stops boiling.
You're not listening to you don't hear your voice, do you? How do you like my cushion?
I like it. It's comfy.
I know. I got it at Walmart.
Oh, that's nice. What kind of pizza are they gonna have at church?
It didn't say it, just said pizza.
Oh, that's scary.
I know. I just hope they have some salad.
You think I should bring some lettuce from the garden? Do you have anybody you can ask?
Sean would be the only one. I don't have Sean's phone number. She's the one that's over the kitchen. Her daughter graduated this weekend.
There's a lot of graduations.
I didn't go to Lexi's because I didn't really figure Christy wanted me to. She didn't say anything about it, so
Yeah, they were supposed to send me an invitation. I didn't get one.
they didn't send me one either. And they were supposed to send me one. Come on, stuff, get hot. Start thickening.
Did Billy really find a snake in the dryer vent? Was it alive?
No, it was dead.
Good. I was gonna comment on that and say, you need a different job.
No, he's very cautious with that. He don't stick his hand in there first. He puts those wedges in. He starts that way. But the lady had called him. It was on the rooftop too, a rooftop vent. She had kept smelling something,
Oh,
and
gross.
so it was dead. So he thought it might be because he's found rabbits and coons and everything, and possums in there, which is typical.
I guess we're really not gonna be able to taste this, you know, since we only have enough biscuits for them.
My hand's going to sleep.
You want me to stir it?
Yeah,
Here, I'll take over.
just slow and easy.
Okay. I hope I don't scorch it. You want to check the biscuits?
Yeah. Got it? They still like some. Want to use this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Do that. Oops.
Did you make a mess?
Nope. I don't make messes.
Well, this one's a lot more quiet.
Yes.
How come you don't use a wire whisk? Do you have
I do
any?
use it. Yes.
Okay.
I've got this one. And I use both of them.
Oh yeah, the kids got you these for Christmas, remember? Yeah. Well, I never see you using them, so
I do use them.
that's a nice utensil drawer.
Yeah. Got everything in there, haven't I?
Yep.
Is it starting to thicken any?
Here, you want to try?
Let's see. Yeah, it's starting. You see?
Yeah.
See there.
Yeah.
That's when you really have to keep it stirred because it'll thicken really quick and it'll burn real quick. My first stirring is just going to be, you know, to get the lumps, get it all mixed.
Yeah.
But if it gets too thick, you can just add a little more milk and water or something like that.
So far, the video is 17 minutes. So we're doing good. I can't.
I hope I made enough.
Oh, yeah.
For 5, that should be enough for 5 biscuits. If she wants more, she can tell me. But I didn't think Conley really liked chocolate gravy much. I just thought he was trying to get me to make some for that guy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pin him down on that and find out if he does, you know, because he's eating all kinds of stuff now that he didn't used to eat.
Do you remember him eating chocolate gravy?
No, I don't. But you know, he was so picky.
I know, he mostly liked Chick-fil-A or something like that, you know?
Yep, like
Steve had to
pizza
go get
rolls,
Yeah.
anything fried, really.
Yeah.
Chili cheese fries.
He'd always liked mashed potatoes.
Yes.
That's one thing he always liked.
And that was what I was gonna say. Do you remember those funeral potatoes that Crystal made?
Yeah.
They had a lot of sour cream.
Mm-hmm.
And Conley would never eat anything that was white, besides white cheese dip.
And the mashed potatoes.
Well, I'm talking about like condiments.
Okay.
Like, he wouldn't eat ranch. If it was white, he wouldn't have it. So I was really surprised he liked those funeral potatoes.
It's good though, you know?
Yeah.
For him to do his
Yeah.
taste buds a little bit. I hope so it stops sliding around on you.
Yeah, I'm glad to see it.
And as you get older, your taste buds change too.
Or as you fast, they change every time. I was so disgusted by that Sprite the other night. Like, how does this taste like a pine tree? I don't think there's anything piney in it.
We got some regular Dr. Pepper in there too. But it's got caffeine.
It's got sugar too.
I know.
I'm determined to lose my extra weight. I think I'm only 14 pounds over my goal weight right now.
You don't look heavy at all.
Today I was able to cross my legs for the first time. Anytime I get overweight, I can't cross my legs.
I have that problem too.
No, you don't.
I do too.
Whatever, I'm not listening to you.
I do. I end up having to cross my legs right here in the fat of my calf because they won't go all the way over.
Well, mine wasn't too comfortable, you know, because I still do have the 14 pounds extra on me. But I was able to cross them finally. Usually whenever I try to cross them, they won't, like they just slide down.
That's good. I think I need more butter then. might have a little more butter. Okay.
What kind of butter is it?
It is salted sweet cream butter.
Are you telling me that you're putting salt in your chocolate gravy?
Just the butter. You can put the salt if you want to.
No, I'm not going to. This is your recipe.
I use salted butter for everything. But I'm using unsalted butter.
Seems like somebody made fun of me for putting salt in chocolate gravy. And now she's putting salt in chocolate gravy and trying to act like, oh, it's just the butter.
It's just the butter.
No, it's not real salt. It's just salted butter.
Did you come over to bug me?
Yeah, the reason I put salt in the chocolate gravy is because whenever I went to that convention up there in Washington, D.C., we went out to this restaurant. Me, Kara, and Lisa.
I want to feel and see what this.
And they had this beautiful, rich chocolate cake. And it was just gorgeous, okay? It was so perfect. The chocolate cake was. And then they had the spoon, you know, like a teaspoon, on the plate. Are they ready?
Yeah. Wait, listen.
Anyway, they had a teaspoon on the plate with flakes of salt. A teaspoon full of flaked salt. I never heard of flaky salt before. Have you?
No.
Yeah, that's first and only time I've ever heard of it.
Okay.
I never had it.
Your egg.
Okay. Those are nice.
Are they beautiful?
Actually, I'm gonna look at the bottom. My hands are clean. Already washed them. Oh yeah. Those are really nice. I like the crunchy bottoms
I do too.
with the chocolate
Especially when you
gravy.
have chocolate gravy.
Oh yeah. Mm. So anyway, back to my flaky salt. So Lisa was telling us, because you know Kara never had it either, and so Lisa was telling us you put the salt on the cake. So you just, like take a little pinch of the salt off the teaspoon and put it onto the chocolate cake. And I was just going, ew, who would do such a thing? She's like, just try it. It's good. So I put a little bit on there and took a little bite. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to eat salt with chocolate from now on forevermore. Anytime I have chocolate, I'm going to have salt.
See that burner going crazy?
Yep. It's getting wild. It's thickening up though.
Mm-hmm. And really, you don't like chocolate gravy to be real thick.
Right, because it'll thicken when it cools.
You want it to kind of soak into your biscuits.
Yeah.
So I don't like real thick chocolate gravy.
Do you think it's ready?
I do.
I think so too. You want to try it? See if
I
it
did.
needs anything? Did it need anything?
I didn't think so. Get a clean spoon.
What'd you do with my spoon? Did you put it in the sink?
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Turned it off. Biscuit's ready and the gravy's ready.
Yeah. And now I need to find the transfer bowl.
Should I try it?
If you want to. If you think it's too chocolatey, or I like it a little, and you always did too, you like it a little more chocolatey than.
Yeah, I like it pretty
Because
chocolatey.
when you put the gravy and butter in, it's just perfect.
I'm gonna try to get this not to drip. That's good. Your mama taught you right.
Well,
Woo-wee.
of course.
You deserve the same treatment. So how do you like to eat your chocolate gravy?
Over a hot buttered biscuit.
So you butter the biscuit first?
I butter the biscuit first and let it melt, and then I open it up and soak it down with chocolate gravy. You see, you really have to be real careful because it will start to stick on the bottom. So it's
I
all
think you
good.
did that part.
Huh?
I think you did that part.
Yeah, I
That
did
part
that
that
part.
That wasn't me.
It's good.
Yeah, it's still good.
Yeah.
Well, I like to crumble up the biscuits and then pour the chocolate gravy on top with them crumbled up. And then put butter, salted butter on top of that, and salt. Did I mention salt?
Many times.
Okay, that's the end of the video. You got anything else to say?
No,